We'll attend the Four Seasons Cool October concert.
We'll have highlights from the Main Street event Fun Zone.
And we'll meet some classic car owners at Manifolds on Main.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hi everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Susan Kamyab.
And I'm Cathy Whiteman, and we are so thrilled to have Susan back wearing her co-host hat this week. You have been a busy woman. There's stories, there's interviews, so what else is new with you?
Well, like you said, just a lot of movies. It's Oscar season, so one of the best films I've seen recently, I know you've seen it too, The Good Lie.
I absolutely love this movie. It's the story of the Lost Boys of the Sudan and that 1,000-mile walk they made from Sudan to Kenya, and then what happened once they got to the United States. It's incredible. It
is incredible, and I got a chance to speak with the writer of the film and some of the actors, and I was so thrilled that they're going to have another screening of the movie, special engagement at the Angelica this Thursday, where some of the Lost Boys are going to come and people will get a chance to meet with them and speak with them.
That's great. There's a great organization locally that helps to support them, and I think they're helping to sponsor that. That's at the Angelica at 6:30?
Yes.
All right, so in case you guys want to see it, and you'll see more in Susan's story as well. So I'm glad that you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
And we're so glad that you could join us for the details on Canal Fest coming up October 25th. And we'll talk with Hector Guzman and Chi Yun about the Irving Symphony Orchestra's season opening this Saturday, October 11th.
We'll meet the writer and stars of the new film, The Good Lie, and we'll talk with Doug Shoup about the AAA Texas Teen Driver Safety Fair coming up October 18th.
There is a lot going on in this town. As always, we invite you to email us and let us know about things you'd like to see and events you'd like to promote.
So please email us at ictn@cityofirving.org.
The Four Seasons Resort and Club has made a huge investment in fighting cancer in this community, and they continued their commitment again this year, sponsoring several Cool October events. They kicked it all off with a concert that had the crowd dancing on the green. Here's a look. The crowd that settled in on the Four Seasons Green had a brand new treat in store.
This year we really wanted to do something different and unique, something that you can't see every day in Irving.
You know, the Four Seasons doesn't do anything badly. So as we are approaching October, what's more fun than an Oktoberfest?
So we're having an outdoor benefit concert. So it's the Cool Oktoberfest concert this year.
The band Live 80 is going to do Rock the House, or at least Rock the Driving Range.
Looking out a dirty old window, down along across the city, go rushing by.
Live 80 definitely rocked the driving range, and there was even more.
We wanted to make sure that we were reaching out to all audiences, kids and adults of every age, so we have something for everybody.
Different kinds of beverages. You know, at Baylor, we call them beverages.
We have food, we have music.
Great beers and brats. So a taste of Germany here at the Four Seasons in Irving tonight.
We want to give you a lineup of what's going on tonight. Chili cook-off. How many of you guys like chili?
CBS 11's Adrian Bankert was on hand to MC the evening, which also included a chili cook-off, as well as other foods from around the world. And at this family-friendly event, the youngest partygoers had plenty of fun activities too.
We have bounce houses, we have crafts, everything you could think of.
The Cool October concert was an evening of great music and food, fun and games, but it was also an opportunity to be a part of something very important.
A great outdoor event and a long series of events they've done to involve the public in their efforts to beat cancer. They hate cancer as much as we do at the hospital, so we love the Four Seasons.
Since 1992, we have been raising money for the Irving Healthcare Foundation to help fight cancer.
Every major advancement in cancer that we've made at Baylor Irving has been with the help of the Four Seasons.
Over the past 20 years, the partnership has raised over $2.7 million to bring the latest medical advancements in cancer treatment to Baylor Irving.
Come on! We're celebrating life tonight at the Four Seasons.
And that's a cause everybody can get behind. This is Cathy Whiteman reporting. The 16th annual Cool 18 Golf Tournament continues the fun on Tuesday, October 14th at 7 a.m. To learn more, visit cooloctober.com.
Main Street Event 2014 amped up the fun for kids with the Kid Fun Zone. 2 days full of activities, games, and more. Here are some highlights. The Irving Main Street event supplied a festive fun zone this year with a ton of exciting activities.
So far, so good. It's not 100+ degrees today, so lots of people, and you're here, so we'll see what we can get done.
A tasty treat had children swarming to the Kroger booth.
We're doing cookie decorating for the kids, and the best part about it is after you decorate your cookie, you get to keep it and sample it. And of course, all the mistakes, then I get to eat. This is our first year to be one of the main sponsors, Kroger being one of the main sponsors of the Irving Main Street Fair. But we have 2 stores that are close, one at 6th and MacArthur and the other at Grotwaller and Story. So it just makes sense for us to be part of the Main Street Fair.
Cookies weren't the only sweets that were being personalized. You could also cool down with a make-your-own snow cone.
We offer a variety of flavors. You can go up to our stand, purchase your cup, and then you go right up to the flavor station and add as many flavors as you'd like.
Tiger's Blood is probably our most popular, and that's strawberry, orange, and coconut. And then a close second would be either pina colada or blue coconut.
Kona Ice makes stops all over the Metroplex for various parties and fundraisers. Wayne and Diana were thrilled to include Irving as part of their route.
We know Irving is a huge deal, and we wanted to come out here and
support the Irving community.
and provide snow cones for everybody. It's a hot day, so snow cones for everybody.
After a sugar rush, the kids were ready to move towards the pony rides, the rock climbing, the boot camp, and the zip line. For anyone who was looking to take home a new friend after the event, DFW Humane Society brought a few pups looking for adoption.
I think we have 5 or 6 today. They're like 3 or 4 puppies, maybe 7. We're trying to find good families for good pets.
Food, fun, and furry friends seem to be the theme of this year's Fun Zone, which put a smile on everyone's face. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting. My 2 favorite things at the Fun Zone this year were making snow cones and those adorable pets looking for homes. Visit Kona-ice.com to have them at your next event, and visit dfwhumane.com to learn how to adopt a pet of your own.
It's Canal Fest time again, and Jasmine Lee joins me with the details for this year's event. I cannot tell you, Jasmine, how thrilled I am to know that Canal Fest was such a hit last year that there's no way you couldn't bring it back.
Absolutely. 8,000 people came last year and joined us. We had to bring that back for another go-around.
I think so, too. So this year, the theme has sort of an international flair. Can you talk about that?
Yes, Canal Fest is in one of the most diverse areas of Irving, and as such, it's a whole cultural festival. We've got Asian foods and Mexican foods, local barbecue. Then we've got dance groups performing from all around the world, including a new one this year, Aztec dance.
Wow.
So it's a real cultural experience along with the art and the music.
I think that it's going to be really neat to see families back out there on the canal, really soaking in that beautiful area and having a chance to hear all the great music, shop at the marketplace. But give me some highlights. Who are we going to hear from that day?
Emerald City Band, very popular. We've got 2 other great high energy groups as well. All Funk Radio Show and Professor D are just as great as Emerald City Band.
They are a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And since we're there on the canal, what's the chance that we might get a chance to get out there on it?
There are several opportunities. We've got pedal boats available for rent, stand-up paddle boards, and of course the gondola rides.
Oh, that paddle boarding looks like so much fun, and I will never do it. But I want to watch somebody else do it. So
Yes.
I think that would be a lot of fun. So tell us when and what time the fun kicks off.
Saturday, October 25th in the Las Colinas Urban Center from 2 to 8 p.m.
Well, we are looking forward to it. I know it's going to be just as successful as it was last year. But there's one more thing that I need to ask you about. I heard a rumor about some kind of a special drawing with respect to a Canal Fest in a foreign country. What's all that business?
Absolutely. We are fortunate to be working with KLM Airlines, and they are going to be giving us free tickets. You can come to Canal Fest in Irving, enter to win tickets to the original Canal Fest in Amsterdam. That's round trip airfare from Dallas to Amsterdam.
Wow, so there's lots of opportunities to see the world right here in Irving, and if you're the lucky winner, see the world in Amsterdam. Not too bad.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Jasmine. We'll look forward to seeing you on the 25th.
Thanks. We'll see you there.
Back to you, Susan.
Ron Howard and Brian Grazer team up once again to bring us the story of the lost boys of Sudan in the new movie, The Good Lie. I talked with the writer and two of the stars of the film about their personal journey.
This is called ice. This is what winter in America feels like.
Our names are on that list.
Yes, hello, this is Carrie. Pick up who? I'm just supposed to help them find jobs.
You must be the guys from Somalia, Senegal.
Sudan.
Did your luggage come down the chute? Great.
Where is your husband?
No, I'm not married. I provide for myself.
Your survival skills are very impressive.
Thanks.
Well, like I said, I really did love this film. I wasn't prepared for how emotionally affected I would be. Like, I do wish I had some tissue, but it was so well written, and you two are fantastic in it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, a lot of the characters are faced with some tough choices in this movie. What's the biggest decision you guys have had to make in your life so far, you'd say? Like either career-wise or just a life-changing decision in general?
Ask them, because my life is...
I think that this film itself, for me, was a decision that I had to make. Because at the time when I auditioned for it, I was in college, and it was my last semester. And so the casting director had told me that, okay, if you're going to do the film, they're going to have to give up school because we'll be filming for about 2 months. And there's a lot of travel in between. And so I gave up my school, taking the opportunity of doing the film because of the script itself, because I felt that I needed to be a part of it because this was the history of my country. Right. And so knowing that, I took that opportunity, obviously hoping for the best. But yeah, I think the script itself for me was a sacrifice.
No, exact same to me. You know, it was a big decision to be part of this film, but a decision that I had to make, and it has changed my life being part of this film. You know, it's changed my life immensely. I've learned about my people. I've learned about my culture, things I didn't know. You know, coming from my father's from South Sudan, and I came to the UK. So I'm being a refugee myself, and not growing up to know my father. I had to be part of this film to grow and to mature into a man, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, there's a good saying is, you know, you don't know where you're going till you know where you've been. Mm-hmm. You know, and I didn't know what my father went through or what he's been through or where he's been. So this was an emotional journey for me, but it was a big decision, and I'm happy I was part of it.
Yeah, you guys made some good choices then.
Yeah.
This movie happened. Thank God. The whole time while I was watching this movie, I kept thinking, like, I have to do something. Like, I want to do something. I just wanted to help out in some way because it just gives you that effect, like, when you're watching. And I was so happy that you mentioned the Good Lie Fund because right after, once I got home, I donated.
Oh, thank you.
And that's really rare that a movie can have that effect on an audience. Mm-hmm. Is there another movie for you guys that after watching it, you just thought, I have to go and, like, you know, get inspired to help out for a good cause?
Was there a film?
I always feel like we have that effect in documentaries.
Yeah.
And that's why this film was also special too, because Philippe has that, I guess, that special thing where he makes you feel like this is something that's, in a way, it's very authentic, but it feels real to people.
But I also think film is this emotional language. It's a language that the whole world can speak. We can all watch a movie and get a certain value from it that is someone in China or someone, you know, in Argentina. We can watch the same film and we get it. We all get it. And so I've always believed that, unlike a documentary, and this is what always kept me going, is I know that this film can break down barriers for all of us. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's an intimate epic, but also that you could understand it, and so can someone a world away can understand it too and want to give that $5 to the Good Lie Fund. We're asking people to think about South Sudan. We're going to try and make a difference.
Awesome. And there's also a lot of humor in this movie too. One of the funniest parts to me was when the guys were thanking God for the miracle food, pizza. I think pizza is amazing as well, but do you guys have a favorite food that you would also say is worthy of that title?
Of the miracle food?
Yeah, that you'd say is just as good.
Dude, I'm telling you, this film I had to lose so much weight. So now that I'm allowed to eat the food I want, I say steak.
Steak.
Yeah.
The Lost Boys and Girls, they love steak and orange juice, which are and then the Cheerios. That's my favorite.
Oh, the Cheerios.
I had to put the Cheerios. I'm an obsessive Cheerio eater. And I'm also I personally feel pizza is a miracle food. I feel like that's sort of a universal, like everybody feels pizza's, you know.
Yeah.
That's why you laugh at that, because you go, in any language, airplane food is bad, pizza is good.
The Good Lie is playing at the AMC Irving Mall. To donate to the South Sudanese refugees, visit thegoodliefund.org. Check out thischixflix.com for more of my reviews and interviews.
The Irving Symphony Orchestra launches its next half century with The World Is Our Sound, the theme of their 2014-2015 season. Maestro Hector Guzman and soloist Chi Yun join me now with a preview. So great to see you guys.
Thank you. Wonderful to be here.
I love the theme, The World Is Our Sound. Hector, sort of give me a preview. Why did you guys select that this year?
Well, because our music is international anyway, but we give a little bit of everything, every nationality that we can think of in all of our concerts. We have French and Spanish music performed by a soloist from Korea and a Mexican conductor. And then in November, we have a tribute to Eduardo Mata, the great Dallas Symphony music director. He will be celebrating 20 years of his death, so we were celebrating music from South America, Central America, and Mexico. And then in December, we have carols from all over the world. We have a tribute to the movies, and so on and so on and so on. So that's why The World Is Our Sound.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a wonderful theme. And when you think about what music does in terms of connecting us, even if it's music that's not familiar to us,
that's right,
it can still all be wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Chi, you are the opening season soloist this year. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I first came to America to study at the age of 13 years old from South Korea, to study at Juilliard School of Music with late Dorothy DeLay. And well, you know, I started playing the violin when I was 6 years old, and my dream was to become a soloist. And I'm basically living my dream here. And in fact, I moved to Dallas 7 years ago. Southern Methodist University was looking for a professor, and what they offered was very attractive to me, and they gave me a lot of freedom to concertize and recruit students from all over the world. So it was an offer I could not refuse.
Well, I know that we are thrilled to have you here in Irving. And Hector, it is a wonderful coup for you to bring Chi here to Irving. I know this is going to be an incredible concert. So what are we going to hear at this opening concert?
Well, music from Berlioz opens the concert, and we finish with music by the Falla, the Three-Corner Hat, which is a beautiful piece of music. But the main event is Chi performing the Symphonie Espagnole for violin and orchestra by Edouard Lalo, a brilliant piece of music, almost like a symphony for violin and orchestra.
Wow.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and she has not played the piece here in the area, so
it's a regional premiere.
Absolutely.
That's exciting. So that concert is this Saturday, October 11th, 8 p.m. at Carpenter Performance Hall. Folks, you can call 972-252-ARTS for information or visit irvingsymphony.com.
Correct.
All righty. Thanks so much. Well, I'll be glad to have you come back later in the season so that we can talk about the other great things that are going on. Welcome to Irving.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Back to you, Susan.
There was so much to see at this year's Main Street event that Cathy and I had to divide and conquer. Here's a look at more of the two-day event featuring the Manifolds on Main car show.
Main Street event expanded to 2 days of festivities this year, kicking off with a concert on Friday evening with local jazz favorites, Fingerprints. Fingerprints entertained the crowd with their R&B and smooth jazz sounds, while the younger festival goers worked their way over to the fun zone for activities just for kids. If you wanted festival food on your menu, there were plenty of tempting treats along Main Street, from sausage on a stick to funnel cakes to snow cones. And a new attraction this year was a display of artwork, the Attitude of Gratitude exhibit. Young artists were asked to reflect on what makes them most thankful in their lives, and they shared those ideas with the community. The The fun continued until well after sunset, but when Saturday morning rolled around, the car lovers rolled in. There were cars from every era between the 1920s and the 1980s to inspect and admire. This sleek 1968 Chevelle caught a lot of eyes, and Boris Williams admits that's one of the reasons he invested time in restoring this car.
It took me 2.5 years to complete total frame-off restoration, kind of a son-father project. My dad helped me on all the paint and body work, and I kind of did everything else.
This Cheyenne is Ricky Hamilton's current pride and joy.
Truck is a 1972 Chevrolet Cheyenne, big block Chevrolet, Hugger orange.
He did most of the work himself, and there was plenty to do.
It was on blocks. No windows, paint was gone, several body parts missing, and it was a barn find deal.
It's easy to see why he's proud of his work. Ricky's also proud of his hometown.
I went through school, graduated at Nimitz High, first class. Business is here. Irving boy, born and raised.
That's community spirit, and that's what a great community event is all about. This is Cathy Whiteman reporting.
To keep track of all the exciting things going on around Irving, visit irvingevents.org.
Teen driving is serious business, but that doesn't mean that learning about how to do it safely can't be a lot of fun. Doug Shoup with AAA Texas is here with details on the Texas Teen Driving Safety Fair. Did I get that all in?
That is it. That is
Wonderful.
correct. And that is coming up on Saturday, October 18th. And you're right, you know, teen driving is serious business. In fact, every day teen crashes end more teen lives than homicide, suicide, and cancer combined. Some of the reasons for that is teens just don't have the experience behind the wheel because they just started driving. And statistics show that 1 in 6 teenagers are going to crash during that first year of driving. That's why educating them early on to develop safe driving habits is so important, and that's what we hope this fair is going to do.
Well, I'm really excited that you're bringing this fair to Irving. As the mother of 2 sons who were dying to drive, I'm glad to say that they've made it through that stage. But there's some scary moments for parents, and they're equally scary for teens. But how are you going to teach the teens how to be a good, safe driver in a way that's going to really engage them?
You have to do it in an interactive way, and that's why this Teen Driver Safety Fair is so important, because not only are we going to be providing the education and working with many safety partners and the city of Irving, the police, the firefighters, we're going to be bringing in interactive exhibits, something, for example, like interactive rollover convincer. This is a machine that comes from Texas A&M University AgriLife Extension Service Passenger Safety Division, and what it does is it shows what happens when you don't buckle up properly.
Wow.
The machine spins. It shows what happens if you don't have that buckled up completely, shoulder and lap belt, that you can fall out of it. Dummies inside the car will show that. We're also going to have what's called fatal vision goggles, and these are impairment goggles that shows what it looks like if you are intoxicated.
I'm so glad to say that you brought some of these with you today. These are fatal vision goggles, and I'll tell you, I thought I had bad vision until I put these in front of my face. This is something to know about, because if you're intoxicated, this is incredibly impaired.
Absolutely, and we're going to have the Irving Police Department. They've been so kind to us the last 3 years we've had this fair. They're going to once again come out and they're going to do mock field sobriety tests. Using these goggles, the teens are going to actually see what it looks like. They're going to hear what would happen if they were pulled over by an Irving police officer or any law enforcement officer for that matter.
Great way to learn things is to actually be there in the middle of it.
Absolutely, and this is open to parents and teens. It's open to anybody. You don't have to RSVP, just show up on Saturday, October 18th at 10 a.m. between 10 and 1 p.m. at Lively Point Youth Center.
Fantastic. Doug, thank you so much for coming out today, sharing the information about the fair. We'll look forward to seeing a lot of teens and parents there, and hope to see you again to talk about the other things that AAA is sponsoring in the community.
Absolutely, anytime, Kathy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Back to you, Susan.
The work of award-winning children's book illustrator David Small highlights our calendar of events this week. You can see the work in the Carpenter Lobby at the Irving Arts Center through November 16th. Here's a look and a list of other creative things to do about town.
And here are some other exciting events happening about town. If you've always wanted to be part of the hit CBS show The Amazing Race, well, now is your chance. There's a casting call for the series on Friday, October 10th at 10 a.m. at the Irving Arts Center. For more details, visit cbsdfw.com. And you can learn how to make your own Peruvian pinch pot at Family Fun Day this Saturday, October 11th. The fun starts at 2 p.m. at the Irving Arts Center.
The first Saturday school of the fall kicks off October 18th with a focus on making Peruvian masks. The classes are Saturdays through November 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Irving Arts Center. The Las Colinas Symphony Orchestra kicks off their season with guest artist Simone Sala on piano. That's Saturday, October 18th at 8 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. Call 972-252-ARTS for more information about all these events. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for highlights from the Ms. Mature Irving Pageant 2014.
We'll also attend the Great Harvest, and we'll have an update on the Big Read.
We'll leave you tonight with a look at all the fun at the Battle of the Bands at Lively Point Youth Center. For About Town, I'm Cathy Whiteman.
And I'm Susan Kamyab. Have a great evening.
Now it's all a wash. Now it's all a wash. Live my life.